Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So as you all know that we are having the aim for agriculture program for agriculture program where we are having the daily agriculture answer writing practice, daily answer writing practice plus weekly full tests. So today we are going to discuss the answer sheet of full test 2. Answer sheet of full test 2. So let's see what were the questions asked and how the student has written the answer. And this uh, around 18 to 20 students have joined this session, and it was limited. This program was limited for only 20 students, and all of them are writing very good answers. But as we can discuss only one to two copies, only see one copy. Sorry, as we can discuss only one copy, so we are taking the best one of the best copy and the copy which is clear. The questions are mentioned. That is why we are taking this copy. Although there were other good copies too. So let's see how we can approach the answer. You can see the answers and you can also create a kind of idea to how to approach the answers to certain questions. You can pause the video and see the answers, because I will not be discussing everything in detail because it will become a very long video. So you can pause the video and read the answers if you want. So first question was, differentiate between intercropping and mixed cropping. So we all know that the major difference between them is that in intercropping, we all know in both the croppings two or more crops are planted, but the basic and the major difference is that in intercropping the arrangement, there is a fixed arrangement pattern, fixed arrangement pattern, whereas in mixed cropping it is not fixed, it is just random. Okay, so this is the major difference, and you can pause the video and read the answers. Well, examples are nicely written. And here you can see the basic difference has been mentioned here, that crops are planted in a systematic manner. So, okay, there is a systematic manner. Suppose we are cropping wheat and mustard, so there will be two row of wheat, then one row of mustard, or two row of mustard. So it will be systematic. But in mixed cropping, it is not systematic. It is random. Okay, here the seeds are mixed and broadcasted. So there is nothing. I say nothing specific. It is just random, and all the other points are related to that basic point also only. If you know that basic point, you can create other points too, such as the field operations, the mechanical operations will be easier in intercropping because it is a fixed, like fixed row and patterns, well as it will be difficult in mixed cropping because the it is random. Okay, there is nothing fixed. So you can pause the video and read the answers. A second question was, discuss the factors which governs the cropping system in a region. So what are the factors? So we all know there are major factors. We will discussing this major factors. First one is the climate and weather patterns. You can pause the video and discuss it and read the answers. So if you want broad understanding. Secondly, we all know, yes, soil types, water availability, economic factors, government policies, socio-economic practices, technological factors. So these are the common factors which govern the cropping system of an area, and this was an easy question, relatively easy question. Everyone can attempt this answer very nicely. Now the third question was, discuss the impact of rapid increase in population on food and agriculture. So it was also a relatively easy question. I think it is not just limited to agriculture. If you read economics, if you are a UPSC aspirant, you can answer this question nicely. So let's see how the student has answered, and the student has answered it beautifully. First of all, if the population will increase, the food demand will increase. There will be pressure on land and water resources. Obviously, there will be environmental degradation because for high amount of food production, we will need high amount of fertilizers, high amount of irrigation. We will face the food security challenges. There will be economic strain on farmers also. So these are some of the common points. You can add more points to it also. Now the next question was, write a note on targeted public distribution system. So targeted public distribution system. So it is just the advanced version of the public distribution system in which you target the specific audience, target the specific uh, people who need this, okay, who need the nutritional plus food security in more detailed way or more nice way. जिनको ज़्यादा जरूरत है, who are the most needy, okay. So you can pause the video and read the answers. Key features: targeting the poor, subsidized pricing, food security, positives and negatives have been discussed, and nicely structured answer. You can pause and read it. Now the next question was discuss the advantages of ferment trap. So what are the advantages of ferment trap? You all know what ferment traps is. That is use of hormones to attract the pests. For attracting female pests, you will use male hormone. For attracting male pests, you will use female hormone. So this is the kind of mechanism of ferment traps. So let's see what are its advantages. Obviously, it does targeted pest control. It is environmental safety because no chemicals are released here as such as in pesticides. Huge amount of chemicals are used. We can do early detection, monitoring here. It is cost effective. It leads in reduction in pesticide resistance. Obviously, we have discussed it. Enhanced crop yield and quality. Overall, fair points. You can pause the video and read the answers in detail. Now, the next question was pesticide resistance is becoming a major problem in some parts of India. Elucidate and also discuss management of pesticide resistance. So we all know that what pesticide resistance is. So it is once the pest population used to killed by certain pesticides are now not getting killed by those pesticides only. So when pests develop a resistance against those pesticides which it used to be killed in the past, that is what pesticide resistance is. So current situation in India well discussed. You can pause the video and read the answers. Can you manage pesticide resistance management? Obviously, we can do integrated pest management. We can do crop rotations. Obviously, different crops. Sometimes what happens, doing monocropping helps the pesticides to establish themselves for certain crops. But when you keep rotating the crops, the pests are not able to establish themselves because the crops keep changing. So you can do it. Yes, use of biological control. We obviously do. We can do it. Precision farming and technology. We can educate farmers to nicely use pesticides. Many times the pesticide resistance developed is due to the heavy use of pesticides, unsustainable use of pesticides. So that needs to be educated. The farmers should be aware about it. So now let's move to the next question. That is, what do you understand by integrated farming system? So what integrated farming system? When we integrate different agricultural enterprises such as such as food grains crop, such as fisheries, such as horticulture, animal husbandry. So when we integrate all these things for high income sustainability, then it is known as integrated farming system. For detailed definition, you can pause the video and read it. What are its advantages? Obviously, economic dimensions. It will be economic more. It will give more income to the farmers. Obviously, because we have certain amounts of diversified things, so income will be generated more. Secondly, risk will be reduced. Environmental degradation, environmental dimension, obviously it will be less damaging to environment. The environment will be more sustainably adapted to these things. Again, social dimensions are mentioned, so you can read this because one of the major social advantage is the nutritional security, because with diversification in the food habits due to integrated farming system, we will get different nutrients, so that will also helpful. Challenges, obviously lack of skill and knowledge is there. Infrastructure and investment problem is there. Difficulty in market access, these are some of the common challenges. Obviously more challenges can be written here. I hope you understand the answer. Overall, it was a fair answer. Nicely written. Now let's move to the next question, that is write a note on plant quarantine. We all know what plant quarantine is. Whenever plants are exported, imported, transboundary movements are there, so they are under quarantine. Why? Because the introduction of the plants to new areas doesn't harm that area, because with many times with the plants certain type of pests, certain type of diseases, certain types of exotic species also establish themselves to that new area. That is why plant is quarantined, so that any kind of damage should be controlled. So you can pause the video and read the answers. These are the challenges. Now, next question is, what do you understand by precision agriculture? We all know that use of advanced technology in agriculture so that we can precisely use inputs. From here, the names come. Precision agriculture. That is use of inputs precisely. When you know that only 1 kg of fertilizer is required and only in this area, then we overall our inputs will be precisely used. The over use of inputs will be reduced. This is what precision agriculture is. Here we use certain type of technology such as GPS, AI, remote sensing, GIS. Now, what are its benefits? Obviously, enhanced resource efficiency, increased productivity, environmental sustainability, improved decision making. It could be labor saving, yes. So these are the some of the common advantages. Now, what are the challenges? Obviously, when you invest in technology, we have to invest in high amounts for GIS, for AI, for use of drones, for other technologies. It requires high investment, high capital investment. So that is one challenge. Data management interpretation. Most of the what happens, the most of the problem is that our farmers are not that educated enough to use this kind of technology. So it is major problem. They need to be educated. Awareness should be generated among them. There is problem of data privacy and security also. There is problem of technical knowledge and training, adaptation to local conditions. These are the problems, and you can say the examples are nicely used here. So whenever you use certain kinds of facts, certain kinds of examples in your answers, so they enhance your answers. Suppose you are getting 11 out of 20 in one question with good examples and good facts, your 2 to 3 marks is easily enhanced. So that is why you should always use examples and facts if you can. Okay. Now you can pause and read the answers. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, discuss the major national and international food policies. So let's see what are the major national policies. So major national policies are National Food Security Act, PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. You can pause and read it a bit in bit detail if you want. Public distribution system, we have integrated child development scheme, midday meal scheme, national dairy plan. So these are the some of the national policies. Now let's move to international food policies. That is codex. We all know about codex, world food program. FAO's, food and agriculture organization, is highly using different kinds of schemes and policies for food for world food security. So you can read this. International treaty on plant genetic resources for food and agriculture, yes, obviously. Global agriculture, food security program, even sustainable development, all had many themes and elements of national and international policies. You can discuss any 5 6, that will be enough for your answer. Let's move to the next question. Is write a note on pest resurgence. What is pest resurgence? It is a phenomenon where pest populations rebound rapidly. What happens? Suppose there were 5 pests and they were kept under control, but certainly they will rebound, they will regenerate, and in huge amounts. In 50, they will become in 100 in number. For example, I'm just giving you an idea. So this is what pest resurgence is. And this is generally due to the overuse of chemical pesticides. Very well written. What happens many times when these are suppressed, we use chemical pesticides in huge number, and those pests develop a kind of resistance against chemical pesticides, and starts doubling their numbers very rapidly, and the pesticides are not able to control them. So this is what pest resurgence is. Reasons are given, examples are given, factors are also given: overuse of chemical pesticides, continuous monoculture farming. Obviously, how can we overcome pest resistance? Integrated pest management. We can use biological predators. We can reduce pesticide use, or you can judiciously use pesticides. These are the some of the measures. Obviously, nicely written answer. Now let's move to the next question. That is, discuss the factors which leads to plant disease epidemic. So what are the factors? Let's see. We all know what plant disease epidemic is, and nicely defined here. You can read it. Some of the factors are pathogen characteristics, host susceptibility, environmental conditions, human behavior, population density, public health infrastructure, globalization. So everything has led to plant disease epidemic. How globalization facilitated? Because although here one should be mentioned that the examples are based on COVID-19. COVID-19 is not a plant disease, but yes, related to disease epidemic, it can be used. But overall, these things can be done, nothing wrong in it. But when you use examples such as of especially of plant diseases, that can enhance your answer. Or what happened, we are discussing how globalization lead to plant disease epidemics, because due to globalization there is transfer of diseases from one country to another. There is a huge number of export import and diseases are transferred in huge numbers. Exotic diseases get established in local areas. So these are the problems of globalization. Now on to next question, that is what are the advantages of zero tillage. So what are the advantages of zero tillage? We all know zero tillage or minimal tillage. We have to do a very little amount of tillage or don't do any kind of tillage. So what are environmental obviously soil conservation, water conservation, carbon sequestration, reduced input cost, increased yield stability, it is labor saving, health benefits. Obviously nicely written answer, you can pause and read it. Now let's move to the next question, that is a farmer is suffering from excessive soil erosion. So you will be also surprising that why are so many questions of soil, so many questions of plant protection only. So because this was a sectional test, okay, and we are doing 2 to 3 subjects in sectional tests, so that is why questions are major questions are from those subjects only. So do not get confused. When you will do full tests, the questions will be from all the subjects, but it is a sectional test. So how can you address soil erosion? We can do contour flowing, terracing, cover cropping. We can do crop rotations, agroforestry, zero tillage, mulching, check dams, gully plugging. Obviously, these are common methods. You can read, pause, and read the answer. Next question was discuss the issues associated with PDS in India. There are different issues that are related to public distribution system, and when you go specific, there are issues related to distribution, issues related to procurement. So there are major issues. First one is leakage and consumption. Obviously, the beneficiaries are not identified nicely. There is problems of identification of beneficiaries. Many persons who are still in condition get food grains from PDS. Well conditioned persons who are in good status of society still getting food grains from PDS, and those who are need, those who are still not getting. So these are the problem of beneficiary, not proper listing of beneficiary. Poor infrastructure inefficiency, inadequate coverage, there is short technology shortcomings, poor quality of goods, administrative inefficiencies, lack of transparency. Yes, these are the common problems related to PDS. So you can pause and read the answer. Next question was discuss the major causes of malnutrition in India. Obviously, it is an easy question. Everyone should be answering it nicely. We all know poverty, food insecurity, poor dietary practices, inadequate healthcare services, lack of education. Obviously, there are common causes. So you can pause and read the answers. Where forward are also mentioned. Question is, what do you understand by agricultural intensification? Okay, discuss its advantages and disadvantages. So obviously, what agricultural intensification is, to intensify our productivity. How can we intensify, or how can we increase our productivity? By using technology, using inputs, using quality inputs, using fertilizers, improved crop varieties. That is what agriculture intensification is. What are its advantages? Obviously, increased food production, efficient land, we use economic growth, there will be employment generation, obviously there will be high production, technological advancement, improved infrastructure. And what are the disadvantages? Obviously, whenever you use high quality, high use of fertilizers, high irrigation, there will be problems, soil degradation, water scarcity, loss of biodiversity. So these are some of the major problems. You can pause and read the answers. The next question was, what do you understand by pesticide residue? Discuss the measures to tackle it. So you all know what pesticide residue is, when pesticides, some amount of pesticides, some traces of pesticides remain in the crop itself, and when you consume the crop, when some animal consume the crop, or any living organism consume the crop, those residue moved in the food chain, move in the food chain. So this is what pesticide residue is. Example is written. Measures, how can you tackle integrated pest management, promotion of organic farming. Obviously, these are the common measures. You can pause and read the answers. The last question of the test was write a note on protein energy malnutrition. So we all know what protein energy malnutrition is. It is a form of malnutrition resulting from inadequate intake of protein and energy. When you are not able to take enough amount of protein, enough amount of energy, so that leads to protein energy malnutrition. The major diseases are kwashiorkor, marasmus, causes are written, effects are written, management is also written. So overall, nice answer. So this was about our full test 2. Although day 13 has been completed, but we are lagging in making videos. But so don't think that we are not having regular practices. The practice is regular, but we are not able to upload videos regular. But we will try to cope up with this soon. So that was the answers. I hope you like the video. If you like it, and if you want me to keep discussing these types of answer copies with you of our program, so please do like, please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis. And if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.